Hi guys. This is the finished cockpit of 1:72 scale Hawker Hurricane manufactured by Arma Hobby. Let's see how I got here. New technologies allow us to build models at a previously unattainable level. The cockpit that you can see now is almost fully 3D printed. Here you can see the fuselage frame, instrument panel, rudder, control bar, small levers and the seat. I received it from the producer. I will use only one part made from plastic, the rear bulkhead. Unfortunately, there are visible tool marks on this part that should be cleaned up with a sanding sponge. All details were primed with black surfacer from Mr. Paint. The upper part of the Hurricane's cockpit was painted interior green while the bottom was metallic. I used Mr. Hobby paints for base colors. All cockpit parts were washed with Tamiya panel line accent colors, dark brown and black. Small details were painted with the acrylics. I used AK Interactive and Vallejo paints. There is a lot of patience needed to glue small 3D parts, but it is worth the effort. It takes the model in another level. You need to use superglue to attach them. Making an instrument panel using decals is very time-consuming, but the effect is perfect and fully three-dimensional. One tip: when instrument panel is black, use some dark gray instead and paint only the instruments black. This gives more contrast and also makes the decals application easier. I always cut the big decal into small pieces, which makes them way easier to apply. I help myself by using decal solvents, Mr. Hobby Mark Setter and Microscale. After drying, I airbrushed a clear satin coat and applied AMO crystal glass on instruments to give them glass appearance. Painting a fuselage frame was not easy and I needed to paint from multiple angles. Usually all details are printed on one raft and you need to separate them. I intentionally left this part on the raft. Similarly to other parts, first the primer and silver, then brush painted details and wash. Don't use modeling nippers to separate the print as it can easily break. Just cut it from the raft with a hobby blade. The print is slightly smaller than the attachment points, but it can be very easily attached. Because the rear bulkhead was designed to fit plastic parts, not the print, it needs some modifications. A few cuts and a bit of sanding does the trick. Instrument panel and pilot seat fits ideally. I'm amazed at how good this cockpit looks. With all the progress we've seen lately, I wonder what the future of modeling will be like. What's your take? Thank you for watching the video, my wonderful viewers. Make sure to subscribe my channel for more content. Cheers!